wide on your mat. And as you step wide, just with the feet parallel and the hands right at the hip points, draw your elbows in to open your heart. Feel this expansion of the light. You're just stoking the flames with the elbows hugging in. Just slowly bend your right leg and just draw your heart down toward the leg and slowly straighten it. We'll just do a few repetitions here to just kind of wake our hips up here as we bow forward slightly and come up. And again, just repeating that as you kind of lean to one side with the knee bent and the back leg straight and rise up and just draw over to the opposite side. You start to feel now this fullness of the inner thigh muscles as you drop maybe a little bit lower in your pose and back up. The slower you go, the more you can engage the leg muscles. The more the leg muscles become engaged, the more you can just find a little bit more fullness in the midsection here, in the midline of the stance. Come back to the center position. Now interlace your fingers behind your back. And still in this wide stance, press your knuckles to your low back. Draw your elbows in. Bend both knees. And just allow the area of the heart to just kind of soften fully as you just draw down in this forward fold. Just release your head and just nod it slightly to get a nice ease in the neck muscles. With your hands to your low back, press your fingers down to inhale and rise up. Now step to the front of the mat and have your feet hip distance apart. You might want to have your blocks available here so that you don't want to go too deep in the forward folds. Today we're working on just opening up the upper chest, the shoulders, and just allowing you to kind of just expose that inner light with your arms to the side, with your fingers spreading. You've got this nice engagement from the fingertips all the way to the shoulders, shoulders right into the heart. Inhale, sweep your arms up, and exhale, just draw your hands down to the blocks. With your feet still hip distance apart, bend the knees to inhale and reach your heart forward. Exhale and soften and draw down. Inhale, root down into the earth to rise up, up, to reach slightly back. And exhale, release your hands and take them back to this prayer position in front of your heart. Press your hands very fully so the arms are engaged. Press your legs to hug the midline so that you feel that as the legs kind of draw isometrically in toward each other with strong legs, you start to feel a nice lengthening of the spine, lengthening of the muscles that support the spine. From there, release your hands and with fullness in the heart, reach your arms up and slightly back. Exhale with bent knees. Place your hands to the blocks again. And inhale with bent knees. Reach your heart forward. Exhale and soften down. Spring from the earth as you take your arms wide, reach up and back. And exhale, place the hands right in front of your heart in Anjali Mudra again. Breathe in deep. Breathe out long. Just discover the fullness of this inner light. See how the breath can kind of nurture and expand that space even more fully. And exhale, release your hands. Inhale, sweep your arms up and back. Exhale with bent knees, place your hands to the blocks. Inhale again, extend. Exhale, bend your knees again. Now take your arms away from the blocks and with the hands nice and wide apart, open the chest again. Exhale, take your hands down to the blocks. Inhale, center your left foot and lift your right leg in the air. Reach your heart forward and exhale, release your foot down. Do that 2 more times. Inhale, you expand and open the chest as the leg lifts. Exhale down. And one more. Inhale and exhale. Bend both knees. Free your hands from the blocks to come to this chair pose with the hands wide apart. Root down to rise up and reach back with nice openness of the heart. Exhale, release your hands in Anjali Mudra right in front of you again. You breathe in deep and long. Breathe in deep and exhale long. Release your hands and inhale, sweep your arms up and back. Slowly release down as you bend your knees. With your hands to the blocks, inhale, just take your gaze forward. Exhale, now free your hands to come to Utkatasana again. Release your hands down to the blocks. Center your right foot and lift your left leg up as you open your heart, reach it forward. Exhale and soften down. 2 more. Inhale, expand. Keep your leg active, the lifted leg as well as, of course, the standing leg. Release down. And last time, inhale, reach your heart forward. Exhale, release your foot down with knees bent. Inhale, free your arms and open up in a nice chair pose. Exhale, take your hands down, root down from the pelvis to the earth. To inhale, sweep your arms up, reach them slightly back, and place your hands back in front of your heart. Inhale, reach your arms up and back. Exhale, take your hands down to the earth this time with the knees bent. Step your right leg back. Inhale, take your hands off the earth and reach them up in a high lunge. Exhale, take your hands to the earth. Step back to downward facing dog. Pause here in downward facing dog. And in the same way that we did in the standing forward bend before, on the next in breath, lift your right leg up slowly. Exhale and take it to the earth. Just do a little tap to the earth. Inhale, expand so fully. Same leg lifts up. Exhale, release the same leg down. And one more time, 3 times. Inhale, lift your leg up. Exhale and take it down. Same thing on the opposite side as you lift your leg up and down. And the lifted leg tends to get a little sleepy or a little sloppy. So see if you can keep the engagement even as you lift your left leg up again and tap it down. And one more. Inhale, lift your leg up. Exhale and come down. So walk your feet up to your hands. Bend your knees, place your hands to your low back and rise up. Reach up to the sky, reach way back. Exhale, come to the earth with the knees bent. Take your left leg back. Balance yourself here as you reach your arms up. Just steady yourself with this nice fullness in the heart. Exhale, release your hands down. Inhale, downward facing dog. And walk your hands back with your knees bent. Walk your hands back as if going into a squat. So you don't have to go into a full squat, but just pause there and see if you can balance yourself either with your heels down or not in the squat with your hands right in front of your heart. Just kind of honor your practice here before taking your hands down to make your way to the front of the mat, either through downward facing dog or however you can make your way to the front of the mat with your hands to your low back. Rise up. Have your left leg step back, hold on to your wrists or hold on to your elbows with your hands behind you. Step back with the left leg and have both legs in this nice straight position. So we were just kicking up one leg, and as we keep the leg straight and stable this time, in a similar way that we are doing. Now we're just going to move the upper body as opposed to the legs. Legs stay stationary. One leg is behind. One leg anchors us. So, so just take your heart back toward that anchored leg. Take your head back. You anchor that leg even more. Exhale. Just draw your heart slightly forward and down. Keep the back leg anchored as you inhale, rise up. Keep your back leg anchored as you take a little bit more weight to it and open up. You just shine the light of your heart toward the sky. Exhale and down. These repetitions, these same movements here, just allow you to observe here as you do each movement, reaching back, reaching the heart up. You start to notice differences in the movement and draw forward. And now inhale and step your back foot forward. And just pause here for a moment. Release your arms. And if your hands, one forearm was stacked on top, whatever that was, see if you can change it up as you take your arms in this elbow frame or holding on to the wrist. And with your left foot forward, step your right leg back this time. And first, get a position where you can balance well so that between the cycles, you're not fidgeting in the foundation, you're staying steady in the foundation. From here, bring more weight to the back foot as you open your chest nicely. Exhale, keeping the back foot grounded, draw down. Inhale with the back foot rooted, lift up and slightly back to expose the fullness of the heart. Exhale and draw down. Again, you just want to do these repetitions slowly. And we're not going to our deepest forward fold here. We're mostly just working on the power of the legs here. The legs as they scissors in toward each other, as they hug the midline, as we take our gaze up to keep this nice steadiness in our foundation. We just draw forward again. This repetitive action takes us deeper. And inhale, lift yourself up and release your hands to come to Tadasana at the front of the mat. Just pause here and soften your breath with steadiness in the foundation. Pause as you draw from the energy of the earth, from the spread toes to the pelvis. See how you can open your upper chest even more fully. Inhale, sweep your arms up and reach them back. Exhale, bend your knees. So take your hands either to the blocks or to the floor. And inhale, expand your light, look forward. Exhale, bend your knees deeper to take your hands alongside your ankles and step back to all fours position. From plank, you come to all fours position. Now, we've been working on getting that awareness, that discernment of the area of the heart. Now, see if you can lead with the heart, with your pelvis staying lifted, with your hands really wide apart, like at least as wide as your yoga mat is. Bend your elbows, draw your heart right between your hands, but keep your pelvis lifted. And inhale, draw your heart forward as you hug your elbows in. Exhale and soften down. Place your hands to reach toward your toes with your palms facing down. And inhale, you pulse up. Exhale, you soften. Just like those repetitions we did with the leg. Inhale, we will do the repetitions as we lift up and just strengthen the back muscles. Inhale, rise up, and exhale, soften down. Now, as if in a T position, as if you're flying, place your palms down, but have your hands lined up with your shoulders. And on the in breath, lift up. So the hands are not doing that much support, right? You're just kind of letting them glide in toward each other with the strength of your back muscles. Exhale, soften. 2 more cycles here. Inhale, rise up, and exhale, soften. And one more. Inhale, rise up, and exhale, soften. Come back to a child's pose. From all fours position, draw back. Pause in Shavasana or child's pose before resuming the activities of your day. Namaste.